Blend. Blend. To mix ingredients together thoroughly. You should blend the ingredients for a smoothie. Bake. Bake. To cook food by dry heat in an oven. She likes to bake cookies on the weekends. Chop. Chop. To cut food into small pieces with a knife or other cutting tool. She will chop the vegetables for the salad. Boil. Boil. To heat a liquid until it reaches its boiling point. He had to boil water before making tea. Flambe. Flambe. To ignite food or alcohol to create a burst of flames. The chef flambéed the dessert table for a spectacular presentation. Blanch. Blanch. To briefly immerse food in boiling water and then in cold water. She blanched the vegetables before sautéing them. Grill. Grill. To cook food on an open flame or heat source. They decided to grill some burgers for dinner. Baste. Baste. To brush or pour liquid over food as it cooks to keep it moist. He basted the turkey with butter and herbs. Braise. Braise. To cook food by browning it first and then simmering it in liquid. They will braise the short ribs for a tender texture. Caramelize. Caramelize. To heat sugar until it turns into a caramelized syrup. He caramelized the sugar for the creme brulee. Broil. Broil. To cook food under direct heat from above. She broiled the salmon for a crispy top. Fry. Fry. To cook food by submerging it in hot oil. She likes to fry chicken for a crispy texture. Glaze. Glaze. To coat food with a glossy, often sweet or savory sauce. She will glaze the ham with a honey and mustard mixture. Dice. Dice. To cut food into small, evenly sized cubes. He will dice the onions for the soup. Deglaze. Deglaze. To add liquid to a pan to loosen and dissolve food residue. He used wine to deglaze the pan after cooking the chicken. Fillet. Fillet. To remove bones from meat or fish and cut into fillets. The chef will fillet the salmon for the dish. Infuse. Infuse. To steep ingredients in a liquid to extract their flavors. They will infuse the tea with fresh herbs. Garnish. Garnish. To decorate or embellish a dish with additional ingredients. The chef will garnish the plate with fresh herbs. Grate. Grate. To reduce food into small pieces by rubbing it on a grater. She will grate some cheese for the pasta. Knead. Knead. To work and press dough with your hands to develop gluten. You should knead the bread dough until it's smooth. Marinate. Marinate. To soak food in a flavorful liquid to enhance its flavor. The chicken needs to marinate in the sauce. Melt. Melt. To change a solid substance into a liquid by heating. The chocolate will melt in a double boiler. Parboil. Parboil. To partially cook food by boiling before finishing by other methods. She parboiled the potatoes before roasting them. Peel. Peel. To remove the outer skin or covering of fruits or vegetables. He needs to peel the potatoes before boiling them. Poach. Poach. To cook food gently in simmering liquid, often water. She will poach the eggs for brunch. Reduce. Reduce. To simmer a liquid to evaporate and thicken it. The chef will reduce the sauce to a rich consistency. Butter-based. Butter-based. To continually spoon or pour melted butter over cooking food. He butter-basted the steak for extra flavor. Roast. Roast. To cook food in an oven or over an open flame. They will roast a turkey for Thanksgiving. Sauté. Sauté. To cook food quickly in a small amount of oil. The chef will sauté the vegetables for the stir fry. Season. Season. To add salt, pepper, herbs, or spices to food to enhance its flavor. You should season the steak before grilling it. Sift. Sift. To pass dry ingredients through a sieve to remove lumps. You should sift the flour before baking the cake. Simmer. Simmer. To cook food gently in liquid just below boiling. The soup needs to simmer for an hour to develop flavor. Slice. Slice. To cut food into thin, flat pieces. She sliced the bananas for sandwiches. Smoke. Smoke. To expose food to smoke for flavor and preservation. They smoke the brisket for hours to give it a smoky flavor. Steam. Steam. To cook food by exposing it to steam. She will steam the vegetables for a healthy side dish. Stir fry. Stir fry. To cook food quickly in a hot, lightly oiled pan. He will stir fry the vegetables with tofu for dinner. Sear. Sear. To cook the surface of food at high heat to brown it. He seared the steak for a few minutes on each side. Whisk. Whisk. To beat or stir rapidly with a whisk or fork. He whisked the eggs for the omelet. Batter. Batter. To cook food with a mixture of flour, liquid, and other ingredients before frying or baking. They will batter the fish before deep frying it. Julienne. Julienne. To cut food into long, thin strips. She julienned the carrots for the salad. Crisp. Crisp. To make food or its surface become crunchy by cooking. He crisped up the bacon for the breakfast sandwiches. Ferment. Ferment. To let food undergo a controlled chemical process, often to create flavors. They will ferment the dough for sourdough bread. Pickle. Pickle. To preserve or flavor food in a solution, typically with vinegar. They pickle cucumbers to make dill pickles. Shuck. Shuck. To remove the outer shell or husk from food. They shucked the corn before boiling it.